I'm Caitlin Sandmeyer and I am the applicant. Today we have rider Alyssa and our horse is Lyle. The first thing you always do before we start our ride is you're always going to do some tack checks. So firstly, you just want to kind of make sure that it's not too far forward, not too far back. You're going to go ahead and take a look at the stitches and the leather. Just make sure nothing's cracking or no stitching is coming apart. We did do a check prior to this video and everything is set to go. We are going to do a cinch check here though. We want to make sure we are nice and tight so we don't start sliding side to side there for you. We are also going to check the head stall, which was checked prior to the video, but again, you just kind of check over that leather, make sure nothing's cracking, that stitching to make sure nothing is coming apart. We also are riding in our boots that have heels, so our standard stirrups are okay, and we do have an approved helmet for today's ride. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to get lined up with our horse here so we can walk on to our mounting area. Good. Good. And since you are independent, we do want to make sure we always have contact with those reins for our horse. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get them placed properly around his neck. Good. And we are going to keep contact with those reins while we take a couple steps up this mounting block here. Since you are independent, I'm going to do your offside here just to make sure we don't have any shifting. And yes, we are going to keep that rein in our left hand and we're going to keep our left hand on his mane. We are also going to put our right hand on the pommel of our saddle. We are going to put our left foot in our stirrup. And then we are going to swing our right leg across the back end of our horse here. Remember, we're going to sit down nice and gently. Good. Okay, we're going to make sure our reins are nice and straight, which they are. Very good. I'm going to move this away here real quick. We're going to do one more check. Do you feel nice and centered, nice and straight? Good, you look good. So what we're going to do is we are going to ask our horse to walk on by doing gentle squeezes on his side. And we're going to have our hands slightly forward. And we might have to give him a little smooch as well. Good, nice walk. Okay, so a couple extra things here. I did just take our mounting block out of the arena. We have 1 gate, 5 doors, all of which are closed and now latched. We also have 5 cones in our arena, which we will be using as some of our visual aids throughout today's ride. Our arena is also quite large, so we went ahead and put some of those logs down on that long side there to make our arena a little bit shorter for you. Okay, we are going to start with our warm-up here. And the purpose of our warm-up is just to help warm our horse's muscles up, make them nice and loose and limber. It'll prevent them from having any possible injuries, or at least help them. We're also going to work on this warm-up here for you so that you can kind of work on some of the pieces that we're going to incorporate in our pattern. We're also going to kind of watch Lyle here. He has been working a lot for us today, so we're just going to make sure we keep him in the proper gaits. We might have to work on keeping him moving out for us. He doesn't like to bend through our corners the greatest, which he actually did that one pretty good there for you, but we're going to watch that and we might work on that a little bit by using that inside leg. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work on is picking up a posting trot. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to move our hands slightly forward on our horse. We're going to sit back in our seat there so that our weight shifts backwards a little bit because they're going to use their back end to push off. and we're gonna use a couple squeezes with our legs and possibly a smooch. He does respond to smooches. So when we get to this gate, this barn door here, let's go ahead and ask for a posting trot. So yep, hands forward, nice, it looks good. And it took you a second there, but that's okay. You are on the right post. You are moving up and down with that outside leg. We're gonna try to hold that a little bit here, and we are going to go to the green cone. When we reach that green cone, we're gonna leave the wall and do a right hand turn towards the center of the arena using that right rein there. And we're going to try to change our post here by sitting twice in the center. So 1, 2, good. We now have a new inside leg and rein. And you are posting to the proper leg. I did see him try to slow down there a little bit for you. And you did a good job at keeping him moving out. You did a good job at giving him a couple little kicks there to make him know to keep moving. That was very good. We're gonna go ahead and when we get to the green egg, we're gonna put our outside leg back towards his hind end there. And we are gonna move our hands forward. We're gonna shift back in our seats. And we're gonna ask for a low. Good. That is the correct lead. You are in a left lead. So by putting that outside leg back there for you, it helped him know that there was a change coming, but it also helped him know which lead he was going to pick up. He's doing a great job here. So let's go ahead and sit deep in our saddle. We're gonna do gentle squeezes on those reins, and we're gonna downwards transition to a trot. And we'll make that a sitting trot. Good, way to refine that rail there. He has been working hard for us, so let's again sit down deep in our seat, squeeze, gentle squeeze with those reins, and we're gonna ask for a walk. Good. So we wanna make sure we have even connection on those reins. So let's make sure those are nice and even. Good. You are sitting nice and straight and tall in your saddle. Heels are down. Remember, in these corners here, we are going to use that inside leg to help push him out so that he bends around that leg a little bit more. And we can use our outside leg towards his hind quarters to help keep him from turning too far out. So when we get to this green cone here, let's make a big circle by using the inside leg as a pillar for him to turn around, and use that inside rein to help pull him around for you. Very nice. So we are now going to go to your right. So we're going to use your right rein. Good. So one thing we can work on is relaxing in our seat a little bit by taking a couple deep breaths, let our legs relax. We are going to go ahead and we are going to sit heavy in our seat. We're going to have our hands a little bit forward. We're going to give them a couple kicks, and we're going to ask for a sitting trot. So you can turn this corner here and ask. Good. Might need a seat, there we go. Good, and you're sitting nice and deep in that saddle so we're not bouncing around too much. Very nice. When we turn around this corner here, let's go ahead and we're again going to put our outside leg back, heavy in our seat so we're nice and balanced, and ask for a low. Good. That's okay. We got him going again. Good. He is in the correct lead there. Let's go ahead and sit nice and deep and let him relax a little bit and pull him down to a trot. And we'll do a sitting trot for that. And once again, we'll just ask him to downwards transition, deep in our seats, nice gentle squeezes on our reins, and we'll ask for a walk. So we did have a little stumble there, so we're gonna let him relax a little bit. You did very good at keeping him moving through it. That was good. I did kind of miss some of my points there, so we're just gonna talk about it a little bit. When we're asking for a lope, we're gonna make sure we have our outside leg back. That helps him know which lead to pick up. We're gonna sit deep in our seats, and that helps him know he's gonna feel our balance. So if we have our seat back, he pushes off of his hindquarters, so it keeps us nice and balanced and keeps him balanced, so everything goes nice and smooth. Okay, our right rein might be a little long there. Might just been how your hands are placed too. Looks better. When we get to this green cone, let's go ahead and ask for a stop. By sitting deep in our seats, gentle squeeze, good. I'm going to do a quick pause back check here. Good. Reins are even. Do a nice and center. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start our pattern now. We do start off with a walk, and then when we reach the barn door there, we're going to go ahead and ask for our posting trot. Again, to do that, remember we're going to sit heavy in our seats, we're going to have our hands nice and forward. We are going to do some gentle squeezes, and you might need a little smooch. He is a little tired, so you might need a little bit more push. Once we have that posting trot, we are going to hold it until we get to the red cone where we are going to leave the rail, and we are going to change our post at the orange cone in the center. From that point, I'll just kind of walk you through the rest of the pattern, okay? Okay, so we are going to remember, heavy in our seats, hands forward a little bit, and we're going to do some gentle squeezes on the side to ask for a walk. Good. We're going to start thinking about that post and trot. We're going to sit deep in our seats. We're going to try to post with that outside leg, moving up and down with that outside leg. So a little kick, good. And you are correct. It took you a second, but you got it. Good. When we hit that red cone, we're going to turn to the right towards the center of the arena. We are going to change our diagonal by sitting twice in our seat. 1, 2, good. And you do have the correct post. You now have a new inside leg and rein, good. We're going to change diagonals at that green cone as well. We are going to do a sitting trot now. Very nice. So this is going to be a diagonal change, which means we are now going to have another new inside leg and inside rein. When we turn this corner here, we're going to put our outside leg back. Ask for a lope with a smooch and a kick. Good. And you do have the correct, another kick and smooch. Good. Correct lead. Very nice. We're going to sit deep in our saddle and ask for a trot. It's going to be a sitting trot. Very good. Half circles towards the middle here. And it is a posting trot, so good change. I saw you sit there. And you are correct in that post. You might need a little smooch to keep him going there. When we turn this corner here, we are going to ask for a lope by putting that outside leg back, those reins forward, and our weight back. Couple smooch, good. And you are in the correct lead of the left lead. We're going to drop to a sitting trot, good. And we're going to do our circle here. So use that inside leg to push him out, outside leg to keep him in so we don't get too far away. Good balance, good job. We're gonna keep this sitting trot here. Around this corner, we're using that inside rein, good. You are staying nice and close to the rail, very nice. Heavy in your seat, not bouncing around too much. Nice contact on those reins. When you hit that bridge, we are going to make a left-hand turn towards the center of the arena. We are now going to start a walk, so sit deep in your seat. Gentle squeeze, good. Turn towards me, so a left-hand turn with that rein. Very nice. We're going to ask for a stop by sitting deep in our seats and gentle squeeze on those reins. Very nice. We are now going to ask for 3 to 4 backs, so we are going to release our legs from his side. And I saw you do a little shorten of those reins, very good. And we're going to gentle squeeze with those reins, very good. And loosen those reins up, and we are going to go ahead and give him a couple squeezes on the sides again and ask for a walk forward. And then a nice stop. Very good. Okay, so you are independent, of course, so we are going to dismount, but I'm just going to watch from here. I'll just talk you through it a little bit. So just like our mount, we're going to keep our reins in our left hand. We're going to have our right hand on our pommel of our saddle there. We're going to kick our right foot out of our stirrup, and then we are going to stand on our left leg and gently kick our right leg across the back of our horse. We are going to put our weight onto our saddle to kick our left foot out of our stirrup and gently slide down. Go ahead. Shift and kick. Good. And slide down. Very nice. And yes, you are still independent, so we're going to make sure we keep a rein in our hand. We can go ahead and take those reins down. Okay, do you have any questions? Okay, that was a great ride. Thank you.